Morning, everyone. Welcome to Compliance Over Coffee. Welcome to a whole new week. And I thought for Tuesday this week, we would close off what we started last week. And if you remember, on Tuesday and Thursday last week, we were chatting about distressed and motivated sellers, BMV below market deals, and around the issues with having the distressed and motivated sellers and what that meant about vulnerability and how you should be looking at it. And also about the BMV deal, about how if that seller goes into bankruptcy within 5 years, potentially that BMV that you gave your buyer could be clawed back through the legal system. So today I wanted to talk to you about BMV in a different respect. And BMV is what's known as a red flag. And I know that a lot of you will never have heard about that, but it's what HMRC consider to be key definers, key flags, red flags for potential money laundering. And so what a lot of the deal packaging courses teach you about finding BMV deals, and what you hear an awful lot about in Facebook groups, tutorials, all sorts of places, investors coming to you wanting BMV of various levels and degrees of BMV. The problem for you as a sourcer is that you're governed by HMRC under money laundering, and HMRC, amongst a lot of other things, I have to say, consider BMV as one of the major red flags in the estate agency sector. Why? Because they feel that for a seller to be offering BMV, there is potential for there to be money laundered through the deal. Because this can be one of the strategies that money launderers use, that they purchase a property, they don't do anything with it, and then they flip it on quickly and undo what they paid for it, just to get the cash cleaned. So this is why HMRC look upon BMV as being potentially a red flag, and why you need to be aware of it. Is it the only red flag? No, there are lots of them. And if you go to the HMRC website and look for red flags for estate agency work, for anti-money laundering, it brings you up a whole heap of lists and a full report about it. So red flags are key. They are part of what you should understand about your money laundering as far as your business is concerned, but specifically for your business, because we also talked, I think, in one of our Compliance Over Coffees about potential differences of risk dependent on the strategy. BMV is one of the strategies that HMRC considers to be red flag. There are other strategies that may fall into that category. For argument's sake, if you haven't met the seller face to face. And how often will that happen if you're going through an estate agent? Or potentially if that person is deemed to be in away abroad and somebody else is helping them with the sale and you haven't met the seller. So all of these things have to be thought about when going through and understanding your money laundering responsibilities, and how you assess your clients and how you assess them for your low and high risk model, and which of your strategies you decide are low or high risk. And it's something that I'm going through in our business at the moment, to have a look about how we're assessing the types of deals that we do, which is narrowed down from what it used to be years ago. We don't do as many different strategies as we used to do, and have a look at money laundering from that angle rather than from simply high or low risk buyer because of where they're resident, or etc., etc. And the reason that we're doing that is because, if you like, I had a light bulb moment that high street estate agents, generally speaking, sell to people who want to live in the property, whereas we as sourcers sell to someone who's going to use it as an investment. So our if you like, our risk assessment is different to that of an estate agent, in so much as they'll say, you're going to live in it, yes. The likelihood of there being money laundering is very, very slim, really, as long as that's the case, and that's what they're going to do with it. As far as we're concerned, as investors, the risk is higher immediately because of the sector that we work in. So don't forget, as well as everything else that we talk about around money laundering, that there are such things as red flags that HMRC consider to be such. And if they come in and they inspect you and you've done deals and it's below market value, or you didn't meet the seller face to face, but you didn't assess them correctly, then there could be fines issued. So guys, understand what is required of us under money laundering. It isn't just registering. it isn't just having documentation in place. It's about understanding it fundamentally as to what they're expecting you to look for. So that is about our BMV and risks and red flags this morning. I hope that was useful to you. We'll be back again on Thursday as normal at 8:30. Until then, have a great Tuesday and Wednesday. I hope it sunshines where you are. Have fun. Bye for now.